welcome to Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. My name is Scott. I normally post videos with my wife, but today I'm going to do a book review of Dark Emu by Bruce Pascoe, and that is one that I've read and Nell has not read yet. So first thing I want to say is, every so often you read a book that completely changes the way you think about a topic and completely reshapes your paradigm on certain issues, and Dark Emu has done that for me. Dark Emu has got me to realise that I probably had some internalised racism going on, and that it's made me address that, which was cool because I didn't realise I had it, and it's really nice to be able to fix that up. So what is Dark Emu? Let's quickly go over what it is. It's a non-fiction novel about the Australian Aboriginal people. It talks about what their culture was doing pre-discovery by European, pre-settlement by Europeans and white people, essentially. Now, if you're an Australian like me, you will be told that the Australian Aboriginal people were nomadic, and that's a lie. That's a flat out lie, and that is something that is discussed in this book, and that's where this book starts. That's not where this book finishes, and it just slowly but surely shows you how every aspect of Aboriginal society has been marked down by Western culture as propaganda. You know, if the Australian Aboriginal people had towns, then they'd own property, and if they owned property, then it wasn't empty land, and it wouldn't be fair to settle there. So they were nomadic because it suited Western population. And if they domesticated crops, the same thing is true. So they didn't domesticate crops. But you know, there's plenty of examples of domesticated crops. There's plenty of examples of dams in fishes, in rivers and so on, so that fish could be caught. And this novel demonstrates all of those things. But what's really interesting for me is where I learned that I had some internalized racism is I've never been interested in Aboriginal culture. I've always found it quite boring because they were nomadic people who didn't write down their history, and there's not a lot we know about them, and that's pretty boring. That's also a complete lie. So I found Aboriginal people are just as interesting as ancient Greeks or Mayans or any of the other cultures out there that are sort of pre-modern era. And there's a lot that we could learn from them. There's a lot that, especially the Australian population, can be taught from them, especially around things like bushfires and agriculture. So this book thoroughly shifted my thinking. On Goodreads it has an average rating of 4.44, which is utterly ridiculous and completely fair. So if you're looking for a good non-fiction to teach you something new, to point out to you how you've been lied to, I recommend Dark Emu by Bruce Pascoe. I read this as part of the Aussie April reading challenge, where we're reading Aussie books in April, and this was the first book I read for the month, and it was a good one to start off with, or as we say in Australia, a corker. Okay, thanks for watching. I've been Scott. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, maybe even think about subscribing. I've been Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. Remember, ideas are powerful. They're more powerful than internalised racism that you didn't know about.